All right, good afternoon. We're going to go over these notes. Most of us will have done these in class if we were here on Monday or Tuesday of the week, but just in case you weren't, here we're going to go over it again. So we want to make sure we write our name on our notes every time. And the topic for this note set is points, lines, and planes. We want to make sure we've got our date, the 8th or the 9th, depending on which day you have class. This is Monday, this is Tuesday, and then our class period. It's either going to be Monday, Wednesday 1, Tuesday, Thursday 2, Tuesday, Thursday 3, or Tuesday, Thursday 4. This is if you have Mr. Richards. The other 3 are all mine. So we're going to just go over these notes together right now, and let's get started. We'll start with point. A point is a location. It is just one spot in space that we are looking at or thinking about or, designating. It will have no size or shape, and it is what we call zero-dimensional. There are no dimensions. Even this image right here technically has dimension, but it would be impossible to draw a point with 0 dimensions because we cannot visualize something with no dimension. Not possible. So we are always going to use capital letters to name points. This one over here has a capital A, so we will call it point A. Simple, right? Next, we're going to look at lines. Lines are made up of points, and it takes at least 2 points to form a line, to define a line. Lines do not have...
I finally got around to reading that huge email from last week.
Sorry about that. Mr. Richards just walks in here. Anyway, lines do not have thickness or width. And again, this is not a perfect representation because it does have a little bit of thickness, but we wouldn't be able to see it if it didn't. We will call lines one-dimensional because they only go in one dimension or direction, side to side, not side to side and up and down. We can name a line with any 2 points that are on it. So this line has points x and y on it. We can call it line xy, and we'll use this symbol to represent a line. Or you can call it by a lowercase script letter. So little n, this would be line n. Or if you are typing and you don't have the ability to make this little symbol, line xy just as a word works just fine. Collinear points are going to be points that lie on the same line. So that would be x and y in this example right here. Non-collinear points are those that do not lie on the same line. So if we added another point over here, point Z would be non-collinear with x and y. So now we have the non-collinear points x, y, and z. Next up, we're going to talk about planes. Plane is a flat surface, not what you use to fly to a different country or state. And planes are made up of points, just like lines are. Everything is pretty much made up of points. And it takes at least 3 points to make and define a plane, and those 3 points need to be non-collinear. A plane will expend indefinitely or forever in basically all the directions of 2 dimensions. So infinitely in flat land, if you will. We name a plane with 3 non-collinear points. So here K, J, and L are given, and you can't draw one line that goes through all 3 of them, so we can say this is plane K, J, L, or we can use an uppercase script letter like this big P. Plane, big P. And that little pervy bit at the end just makes it script because he is not a very scripty letter. So coplanar points are ones that lie on the same plane, so that would be K, J, and P. Non-coplanar points have to include at least one that is not. So if I added point M out here, right there, that is a non-coplanar point. So that means we've got K, J, and that should be L, not P, and M. So K, J, L, and M are non-coplanar because one of them is not on the same plane. There is not a plane that goes through all four. Last but not least, we'll talk about what happens when lines or planes intersect. So here we've got two lines, line R and line S, and they cross right here at point P. And in fact, any two lines that intersect will do so at one point, and that is it. On the other hand, if we're talking about planes, they're going to intersect at a whole line. So plane L and M here are going to intersect at this line K. So in case you missed anything, go ahead and pause it if you need to get anything down. And then I will see you next time you're in class, or Mr. Richards will see you when you're in his class. And that is all for this notes.